Here at Semperfli Roadshow with Andy Kitchener. Andy, what are you tying at the moment?
At the moment, I'm tying crayfish patterns. I don't believe there's a good crayfish pattern in the world. And the reason is we tie with fur and feather, and we get them in the water and they collapse.
Right.
As soon as we pull them through the water now, you know how many of these there are in every river, every stream. And I mean, I've got friends in the States, it takes 40 minutes to tie up a good crayfish pattern. Here, if you look at that, that is using what we call Andy's Bugs and Creatures. So we have quite a detailed little crayfish. I'm lucky I travel around the world. In the Mississippi, there are 63 named crayfish.
63?
63, just in the Mississippi.
Wow.
And, you know, for us, I mean, lock up your wives, the Americans are here, you know, the crayfish are here, they're in every water. So what I'll do is I'll just tie up a crayfish. The bodies of these come pure white, and quite simply all you do is you get permanent marker pins, you colour them up, so we just use black, you know, we can just add final detail. So it's not just lashing a pre-tied body, you're creating this thing to be exactly as you want.
Amazing.
You know, so here we have a very simple pattern in reality, and what we're going to do, I use nano silk for most of my tying. We'll simply put it on the hook. What we're going to do is wrap on the body. I'm just going to use some wire. So halfway down the body, we'll get that starting to be tied in. Go up high. And personally, I just put it on and invert. I'm a synthetics man through and through. So here, I'm just going to use a little bit of chenille. And again, with chenilles, we don't have to use them just as they come, you know. Mark them up, get some variation as we wrap it round the body. You know, the zebra effect is going to show right through. Use multiple colours.
Is it right? Obviously, Semperfli do their own dyeing as well. You make your own colours and bits and pieces.
I spent £60,000 on a fully computerised dyeing machine. So, for example, if you look at our wax threads, you look at our Fluorobright, we actually dye them all ourselves.
Right.
So we've been able to resurrect colours like wood duck, rusty orange, rusty brown, colours that historically have just died out. We're able to Pantone match with detector. We simply use our detector, put it over the material. So I could take a bit of your shirt.
And it would actually detect the colour?
It tells me the Pantone. Once I know the Pantone, I can then use the computer to tell me what mix of dyes that I need.
Wow.
Our dye machine is fully computer controlled because everyone today dyes with stock pots. Now, it's great if you're just doing a single cape, or when you're doing wax threads, you've got to take it to 125 degrees C.
Right.
You can't do that at home. So ours takes it 6 bar pressure. We can take it to 200 degrees C. Polyester we do at 125.
Good grief.
And we can control it to raise 1 degree per minute to bring the temperature gradually up to speed. It adds in the buffers, it adds in all the dye agents as they are needed. So we've got multiple feeders. And then if you imagine there's a cylinder that's conical shape, so we can put in 120,000 metres per dye cone, and it has holes in it. So the dye liquor comes up, is forced from the middle out of the dye cone.
Yeah.
So you get perfect penetration.
Wow.
So even the chenilles, for example, you know, when they're dyed in stock pot, you can't guarantee the water movement.
Yes, yeah.
We can. I mean, the one thing you won't see is, you know, oh, this weekend we got a special offer on banana yellow. What they mean is we've messed up the dyeing this week. You know, ours is perfect every time. And indeed, our chief chemist, he's actually doing a master's degree in dyeing. But back to our little pattern here, we simply take on. And you can see where I've done the marker pen, we've just got slightly different colours. So here's our crayfish underbody. And if we want to go back and forward and build up a bit stronger body, we can do. But that will do. We'll simply do a couple of wraps. But what we can do now is simply brush out our material, our wires in place, and we've got two choices. We can take our crayfish body, so we can take it and put it on top, or these bodies have pre-cut holes. So what we can do is we can take our hook, feed it through the pre-cut holes, and it's all designed to basically make it easy. So if we invert our vise, we can get ourselves roughly in position.
Do you want me to take it and use it?
I'm just going to put check my tail, check that that'll fit, so that will fit nicely. Now all I do is take my wire around the body and build up that segmentation. So literally you're just building it up, putting the ribbing on. Now I'm an amateur tyer, I'm not like some of these guys. I work on what I call 5-minute flies. My old mentor Sandy Dixon said if it takes longer than 5 minutes I can't afford to tie it. Because I'm not a professional caster like you guys. I can see a trout and I know it's there and the first fly is in the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll just do a couple of loops of our wire. We'll tie it down. Helicopter off. So there's our lobster, crayfish. Lobster if we're on the salt water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it one stage further. I'm just going to use some no-tack UV resin. I'm just going to put it over the back to give me that nice hard shell back. But I'm also going to put it across the shoulders. So that's just using no-tack UV. You see, we've got that colour change, that hardened shell back. So 3 seconds. There's our crayfish. The tail still moves as we pull it through the water. It's weighted, so we can just now jig it. That is in exactly the fighting position. And because we've put shoulders on, we've got movement in the fins.
Is it barbless that, or is it barbed?
No, that's barbless. I'm just using a Arex 561.
Yes, yeah, I've heard them, yeah.
And that's it.